welcome back to this week's session of D&D. Last week we didn't play, the week before that we didn't play, and the week before that y'all killed a cave drake. You guys got some skin, and you skinned it, and correct Aldur.
Oh, we skinned the skin.
You skinned its skin, and your Grolg is going to be making himself a nice set of cave drake plate mail this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we pick up with, he said, go to the tavern, y'all drink up, I'll see you tomorrow, and he's going to be working with our boy.
I forgot I moved the character into fucking work.
You did what? Oh, yeah, the Excel spreadsheets?
It's okay.
Zane's looking at his Excel spreadsheets and like, oh, god damn it.
I'm making a new character, fuck it.
I don't want to run a bar anymore.
Sorry, just turns around, lights a match, and throws it on the cart, and just walks away.
I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it.
Do you not want it? I can make an insurance agent, and you can just get insurance on your cart, and I can burn it down.
Yeah,
I like my character. I just forgot that my character is work.
Yep.
I made a businessman who does actual business.
Yep.
Fucking.
It's good business.
Yeah.
It's good business.
What insane person am I?
Yeah, but the hope is that we eventually get to a point where we can hire people to do our jobs while we just adventure. Like
was
we
your
did.
hope.
That's my hope, yeah.
His hope is to retire with a bar that travels.
Oh, God. My character's stupid. How did I do this?
What? That's like a ninth of the work that I do every week.
Yeah, well, you signed up for that.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to play a game. I'm fucking working.
Playing Civ 5.
No, I'm playing Eve.
Ugh. All right. So, yeah,
what I'm doing.
you guys are at the Constellation. This is the second night, and that one dude said he'd bring friends.
So what? Am I going there tomorrow morning? I'm going to the Smith.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. The Rune Guard shows up with about 42 of his friends.
Oh my god.
Nice.
And they brought tables.
What the
Didn't we
fuck?
just-
Welcome.
Oh my goodness. I don't have this.
You got any more of that moonshine? Orkshine?
Orkshine, yes. Let me
Great.
open up my ledger.
Great.
AKA my fucking character sheet.
I'm gonna whisper to Star. I'm gonna go to the market and get a pig to roast. I think that might be better than a bunch of chickens right now.
Probably should have done that earlier in the day.
Do your thing. Orkshine.
I didn't know that there was gonna be 20 million people coming.
Orkshine!
How much you got left in the cask?
About this much.
Quite a bit.
I'll take it.
You'll take the whole cask.
Yeah. How much?
Doop.
He's just going to pull out his abacus.
Yeah. Does he want a full? Would you want a full cask? I opened a cockatrice instead of calculator.
How much is the cask? The full one.
Well, I run a bar, not a distillery, so you'd be buying it at regular price. You could knock off a bit. There's my fucking price.
Hey, Logan.
Oh, Jesus. You're a cameraman.
It's even more VHS-y. Or maybe it's always been like that. I just forgot.
I'm buying you a new camera.
You muted, Logan, actually.
Am I?
Oh, no, it just didn't pick up, I guess. I guess you were just too quiet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we haven't done anything.
Literally
Here
just
we
started.
have.
All that we did was yell at John for being drunk, and then Zane had a mental breakdown because his character is work,
Yeah.
and that's it.
You know what? I'll give you a discount on it. 15 gold.
He pulls out a small sack, tosses it your way. I found these when I was out in patrols in the mine recently. You think that'll cover it?
I look
Greg.
into it. What's it got there?
There are 2 beautiful uncut garnets. Each worth 1d4 5 gold.
1d.
Yeah, the value is
45?
established when you take it. It's 1d4 times 5 gold.
So,
Okay.
law of
So-
averages, you'll make it your money. Unless you roll snake eyes, you get what you want.
Do you want to go to bed, John?
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm wide awake.
Okay. Doing a lot of
It's
rubbing your
worth
face.
that much. But then I gotta fucking sell it.
Here's the thing.
That-
Unless you roll snake eyes on it, you're making more money.
Yeah, you get your 15
Not
gold.
really.
Yeah.
Because if I just sell alcohol, that's 18 gold, 6 silver.
If you roll,
I'm giving him
two-
a discount now, and he's essentially wanting to give me less.
unless you roll a 4 and a 1, at which point that's 5 times 5 gold.
So that'd be 25
That's
gold.
25 gold.
What did you trade for this
Yeah.
moonshine?
A gold. Okay.
Yeah, it's 1d4 times 5 gold.
And there's,
and there's
2 of
4
those.
of them?
2 of
2
those.
of them. 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty good chance you're gonna make more money on it.
It's like you roll anywhere from 2 to 8, and if you get above 2, you break even.
All right. Yeah, I'll take them. But I
Okay.
still gotta sell them at a loss from that.
Well, we do have a guy that we could sell it to, so up in
Yeah.
Stealth.
Go ahead, and now that you're agreeing to this trade, go ahead and roll me 2d4.
Okay.
25 gold's worth of gems.
Yeah, 15 gold and a 10 gold. Garnet.
Yep. Correct. Great. As he goes, right, bar's open tonight, boys. As he just pops the keg as they just start literally just dipping mugs, like entire tankards into this thing, and they're just gonna go to town on it tonight.
Someone get the guard and say we're going to have some rambunctious people here shortly.
They are the guard.
You are the Brute Squad.
Fuck. Along with them, about 20 other guests come throughout the night.
I gotta fucking put this thing on here real quick. 1 second.
Okay. A 15 gold garnet and a 10 gold garnet.
Not 19, 10. Trying to keep accurate bookkeeping so I could actually pay taxes all right.
Fuck taxes. You don't have to pay taxes, dog.
I do. Okay. Yeah. More people come.
Yeah, 20 other guests throughout the night. Each of them having 2 drinks each.
Okay.
Yep. And then you come back with the pig. It's going to cost you, I don't know, a silver piece for the pig.
Cost me? What?
This
No,
is for
bro.
Clayton.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
How much for the pig?
Silver piece.
Silver piece.
And you can make like, I don't know, like 25 meals out of it.
How many guys were there?
Now there's like,
60-ish.
yeah, like 65-ish.
We're going to need a bigger pig.
Got any more cave drake?
Oh yeah, I forgot I had the cave drake. I forgot.
Oh, you just
Alright.
want to eat that instead?
I want to save the cave drake for us mostly.
Okay.
I'll offer it though. Can I see from where we are the group or like hear it or anything? Like how far did I have to go to get to the market? Because I assume that we're
It's a bit of a distance. It's not like nearby.
okay.
We'll just say that you came back, you saw a bunch of people showing up, you left to go get animals.
How many people did I see originally?
Like 40. Like the
40?
Rubio
Okay,
guards all
okay,
showed up at the
okay.
same time.
I'm going to get I'll get 3 pigs then because I
Okay,
figure
25 meals out of each.
there's us too. Yeah.
Cool. Great.
So 3 silver.
The guy's like, oh, thanks. All right, you have fun.
Thank you. And then I'm just gonna like sling each pig, 2 on one one shoulder and 1 on the other.
Roll them up in a blanket.
The pigs just like put their feet on the ground and just walk away, and then they're
Oh, they're live pigs. Okay,
Yeah,
I
they're
thought
not
they were
dead.
butcher pigs.
No.
Fair enough.
A silver for a live pig? That's fucking cheap.
Yeah, that's real cheap. I'm assuming they're all males, right?
they keep the sow.
Why can I not? Okay.
How much are you gonna charge per meal?
That's a good question. You said 25 per pig?
Yeah. 25-ish. Yeah, we'll just say 25 even.
I'll charge 3 copper per pig,
Okay.
and I'll charge 1 silver per. If someone wants to eat the cave drake, I'm charging a silver.
No one wants to eat the cave drake.
No one.
They're very gamey.
Fair enough.
Oh, Jerry wants to eat the cave drake.
I'll eat the Cape Drake.
That's 1 silver.
That's
There's like one
Okay.
guy who jokingly does it.
Yeah.
But
Oh wait,
Jerry.
I forgot that this had arsenic in it.
Absolutely.
We discovered that it was safe to eat, right?
yeah. Jerry will eat
You
it. So.
assumed it was safe to eat.
Yeah, the
I'll give
amount
you
of
1
arsenic
silver.
and whatnot, it would go to like kidneys and things, the liver, the filtration parts. The normal meat would be fine. It wouldn't get into there.
Clayton, I'll give you a silver. I'll give Grog a silver to eat it.
What goes through the kidneys, DT?
The arsenic and everything when
kidney-
it's filtered out.
No, blood.
The kidney bone
Yeah.
connects to the arsenic bone.
But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we looked it up
Arsenic
and
one.
it was like if something died of
Yeah.
arsenic poisoning, it'd be
It's
fine.
for all
Yeah.
intents and
I'll give you a silver, Grog, to eat that.
Okay.
one guy does it, and then we'll say like 30 guys want pig.
30 guys, Jesus. How big do you think that fucking pig is?
You got 3.
Okay, 10
After I
pigs,
see
10
that,
each pig. That's fair.
once it's been like, it's gone down a bit.
Yeah.
Hold on,
By the way, the wyvern, just staring at that live pig. Just
Yeah, I was gonna say, the extra one, I'll be like, this one's yours.
as
I
the
don't
pig
remember-
just
Yeah.
squealing as
Please don't kill it in the middle of the here.
Yep.
Like
But I'm gonna
I
say
just
to him like,
imagine the pig
make it
bolting
last. That's your
through
meal
bar.
for the week.
looks at you and just goes, more, as he stabs the pig with his stinger as it just dies. He just like starts ripping legs off and just
Yeah. How many guys did you say you got the
like
Uh,
30.
30?
Just enough to make you have to kill the second pig.
Okay. After a bit, I'm going to. Once I see that like all the eating is kind of died down, I'm gonna. I'm gonna cross out the original 3 copper and bring it down to 2 copper.
Like
See if
8
anyone
more guys
takers.
will buy it.
8 more guys. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to drop a shot of Orkshine into one of the ales, and say, "Anyone trying a Boilermaker?"
Nope.
Depth
One of
charge.
the guys goes, I'll take it.
I passed that one to him.
Okay. Is it free?
That one is.
No, okay. Tries it. I could see how someone likes it. It's not my thing. If somebody else like takes it and like dries a little bit of it and goes back and forth. 11 people want it.
Well, you're out of Orkshine, aren't you?
No, I
Multiple
got 3 casks.
Oh shit.
They
Okay.
bought 1 cask.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying this is work. There's a lot of fucking numbers running around.
You're like fucking the meme with kind of looking at the board with strings everywhere. Fucking yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
I'll say to the group, whatever's left of that second pig is more than welcome to the rest of you.
Okay, some of the not guards come over and they'd start like picking at it. They start like eating, like overly piling their plates. They're like,
No,
oh my
no,
god, I haven't eaten
no.
in so long.
I think he meant the party.
Yeah, I was saying
Oh,
the party.
One of the guys like, I
them.
haven't eaten so long, and you're like, no. He's like, oh
No.
shit. Is he? He like
Like,
scrapes it off his
you
plate.
can pay 2 gold. That's I
So
I
brought the
don't
price
have any
down.
money.
2 copper.
He like walks away with an empty plate.
Yeah.
It just like goes over to somebody's plate where there's a little bit left. He like picks it off and eats it.
The guy sees it. That was mine.
I only had
Barbara
money
roll.
for booze.
Barbara roll starts.
How much are you charging for the Boilermaker anyway?
Oh.
7 copper.
Yeah, 11 people go for it.
That's just the standard. Around here, it'll be 7 copper. That's just the standard amount for an Orkshine and an ale.
Yeah, you're just mixing them, trying to make it more appeasing. After
Well, it's
that,
already pretty expensive. Out where there's a coin upcharge.
fair enough. At that point, it just kind of, starts to die down. No fights, nothing crazy, just a lot of singing and nonsense, and they have a great time. They all tell stories of this time, like a beetle came into the mining camp and they had to fight it off. Somebody pulled its own leg off and stabbed it in the thorax with it. It's a good story. And then it just kind of dies down and everybody goes to sleep. They take their tables, though.
I should hope so.
The bastards!
They didn't bring chairs. They've just been standing by it the whole time.
They're low tables, like a kotatsu or
Yeah.
something, so they're sitting on the ground and just
Yeah, that works. Yeah, easy enough. As they drink their fill, they eat a bunch of your food, and they rack up the place as they leave.
Good night.
As one of them comes over to you and just goes, "Good night, Constellation. You'll have a good night. Let us know if you need anything. I'll get these boys home." They take them all off. Get them all home. Some of them stumble the wrong direction, but they're in the wilderness now. They'll figure it out. They'll figure out how to get home.
At the moment, I have a bookkeeping thing for the 2 weeks. And at the end of the 2 weeks, that's when I'll tally everything up and
Fair enough.
fucking
Divvy out money.
divvy out money, figure out how much taxes I owe,
Yep.
figure out how much I have left.
That doesn't sound fun.
Well, it is when he's dumping 17 gold every day on you guys. Just dumping a ton of money on you guys. Well, yeah, you guys all head to bed. You guys sleeping in the street again?
Yeah.
If we got time to get to a room, I'll get to a room.
Easy enough. They'll charge you you guys going slummy or you guys going decent or pretty nice?
Yeah, slummy.
Slummy's like 2 copper.
How much is a nice room?
Nice room's like 6.
6 copper?
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
decent room, not like an extravagant. Extravagant one's
Yeah, I'll do 6. If that's what a decent room is.
I go find my house, climb in through one of the windows to my room, stay there for the night, and then sneak out and come home.
Oh, yeah, roll me a
No. I'm not going to do that.
then a thievery check.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Oh, hells no.
Another another stealth check, and then a thievery check to relock it behind you.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll pay 6 copper for a decent room for a night.
Easy enough. As you guys wake up into the morning, as the shifts are starting to change, or rather, just the shifts are starting to change, as you hear the hustle and bustle of the city come back alive once again, as just kind of everything is rotating in and out once again. It's a fresh new morning. What does everyone want to do? I know Grolg is heading to the forge. Anyone doing anything else in particular over the?
I'd like to research local exotic plants that are used for alchemy.
Okay, yeah, roll it.
What am I rolling?
Lore alchemy.
John, I thought you weren't drinking that.
No, I wasn't drinking this.
No, I thought you were gonna finish
No.
that and then not drink. The...
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No, he's just
we're just gonna ignore John tonight then, I guess.
John, 1 to 10.
I'm glad that John
What?
doesn't want to play
He
the
said
game.
7 earlier.
Yeah.
John, you're man.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
How was your 4th of July, Logan?
Okay, fair enough.
Whoa,
that
that was
21.
gross.
Great. No, that's a success, not a critical success, but that's good. Star, anything you're wanting to do in the morning?
Oh no, I'm working hard through the night. I'm a day sleeper.
Okay, sounds good.
I run a bar.
I know. I was saying, like, as everything dies down, then you guys go and get a room, yada yada yada. But yeah, that makes sense. You can sleep through the day. Thea, anything you're in particular wanting to do over the course of the day?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay. Just so I have an idea.
Well, I do have. I want to. Well, this is probably over the next couple of days. I've got a couple of things. I did want to.
Basically, we're just gonna be rolling through some basically downtime while this thing gets built. It's gonna take about a week altogether. If they roll poorly, it could take 2.
Yeah, I'll talk with Jerry. Kind of, it's more for summer, so it's a long way away. But I do have an outfit or summer wear that I want him to help make. Even get some of those crushed gems that we got, and kind of put that in the outfit as well to make it glitter and sparkle.
Yeah. I'll get that done for you. When do you need it done?
Before summer sometime. No
All
rush.
right. It's gonna be quite expensive.
I think we are good.
You're gonna start charging him for the group, so that's really funny.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll get it done.
Yep.
I need your help finding a cart so that I can get my keg on it. Start making my own brew. I think
Don't we have a second cart?
It's
yeah,
almost
we do, but
it's at
it's
max capacity just for
filled
you
with
guys.
other shit. We need other stuff. We need another cart.
Jesus.
You need a third. Well, that one's almost at max capacity just because of you guys.
Yes, that's why. We need another cart.
Well, I'm sure we could get one.
Alright, well, you help me find one and I'll buy one.
Okay.
I actually didn't think of something I want to do later.
What's that, Zane?
I actually didn't think of something I want to do, like
Oh,
still
what is it?
day sleeping, but like before I set up for the tavern.
What's that? Just so I can be aware.
I want to find a craftsman who would be interested in making a foldable canvas cart.
Like
Small
a,
one.
Like a hand cart, kind of.
I'm gonna post something.
Imagine it's like the genie, the tradesman in Aladdin, how he just pulls the thing and it pops off the camel. And
Why did that not load for me? Okay, so just like a small little hand cart, basically.
Yeah, but foldable.
Yeah. So
Easy
like
storage.
we're talking like 12 bulk for this. Sure, thinking that no, like 2 bulk. It's not. It'll be able to carry like 10 bulk of stuff. But while it's folded up, it's like 2. Just a nice little like in-town hand cart. No, it'll be able to hold like 5 bulk. It's fine. I think 5 bulk. Easy enough to do. We'll start with that, and we'll go to Grog. It's easy enough to do. It'll take 4 days to make.
Mm-hmm.
It'll
Price?
He's like, I haven't done something like this before. We'll call it, I don't know, gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Grog, and the Forge Master at this point. He's already
At some point, I'll
Oh.
go with the Grog. Maybe not today, but at some point when he goes
Go with
backwards
the
and forwards,
Grog.
I will be going with him to see Uncle.
As you go inside, he has basically you had a piece of the cave drake. He had the whole thing because it was going to take him like the night to skin it and kind of get it all prepped and everything. So he has like de-shelled this clam, basically, like removed these giant plates from it, skinned the leather off of it, skinned the underbelly, taken off the claws, like the teeth, anything of value to where there's just this giant hunk of meat sitting somewhere and the head is missing.
I
Welcome
didn't
in.
see you down at the bar. I thought you said you'd come and have a steak with me.
I did. I apologize. I got a little carried away.
It's all right.
But, I mean, I suppose that's why I'm good. Some might call my workmanship neurotic. One-track minded. But you're right, I do apologize there. Maybe when the work's done.
Looks like a good deal.
Anyway, today the intention, we're going to size you up and we're going to start making some under chainmail to wear underneath it, and then we'll attach these larger plates, and that should give a large amount of protection for you.
Fantastic.
Easy
I'm
enough.
very excited.
Done and done. As he kind of just sizes you up. So what I'd like you to do is roll me a athletics check.
Roll a Wake John up check.
You are the physical labor to his craft check. Oh, nice.
Yeah. The strength from Big Rock makes this easy.
You might be one of the best scut boys I've ever had, young one.
I'm glad
Just
that
gone to sleep.
John,
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
Logan tonight.
go to bed.
You
Go
gotta
to
sit
bed.
up. You gotta sit up.
No.
Go to bed.
No.
have a big glass of water.
Okay.
Well
Well done.
Don't tell John to
This
drink
ain't done
water
yet.
when he's drinking. He gets mad.
So you guys basically spend the entire day just kind of working through this. The long and short is he's making like an underset of chainmail. There's a small gambeson that's being made underneath, or rather he's ordering that from, like a tailor to have put underneath it so it's not itchy and scratchy, making the chainmail, and then he's going to attach these larger plates to it. So early steps, sizing you up, and he starts getting the chainmail actually to be formed, using some of the crystals inside of the ironworking to actually give it some of the glow that this thing has, since there's these large, quartz plates that are just like, or quartz like stalagmites that are just like towering off this thing's back that he has removed at this point. Hard day's work. So, and that'll just kind of continue for the next few days. As you, Syrian, are looking around, you kind of do some
Yes.
research. You ask some of the local apothecaries, all this fun stuff. Particularly the one that you met 2-3 weeks ago. There are a couple things. Iron ferns are something that are particularly useful in making like potions of defenses. There's a couple other things in this area like dark vision potions, ones that will increase your wisdom. And then there's a particularly interesting one called the stone cracker. It's basically just like a small fungus that has these ridiculously large roots that like basically just crumble rock underneath. Overall use for that is just, the long and short is it's fairly rare, but it is a very good tool to, if it's planted on the surface or otherwise, if you can like make a small little cavern for it, it basically hyper aerates the ground around it to allow things to grow. So it's very, very useful. to here to basically break up rock and turn it into tillable soil for some of the under mushrooms and different stuff like that they make. It would also be very, very valuable on the surface as well. Basically, if they could just like put it in like a little dome and bury it so it has the dark and damp that it needs, it would basically aerate soil and be hyper productive for that.
Okay.
Hey, Ox, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you a message with some ideas, but it's nothing important right now.
I'd like to try and find that one specifically.
Okay, sure. Easy enough.
I'll just tell you my plans for what I want to do for the amount. I want to try and cultivate some and grow some.
Okay. Your downtime action over the next week will be trying to find one.
Yes, thank you.
So,
I hope Syrian becomes a drug dealer.
John, anything you want to do over this week?
Probably gonna make some arsenic.
Okay.
That's gonna be my job. Yep.
Okay,
Make some
so
more arsenic. How many days are we here for? Extra?
well, right now we're assuming like 5 or 6.
Alright, so that'll be enough for one day. For one thing worth. I think that's D8. It's D20 plus 8. Let me just make sure. What my crafting is.
At some point, I'll also probably go and just, have a sit and think in the mines somewhere. Just find a quiet spot, sit there, and just, commune with Big Rock.
Okay. Or as you now know it as Big Rock, but
Yeah.
before the Song of the Mountain.
Yeah, basically. And hear the...
Yeah, Jerry, you make arsenic over the day.
No, yeah, I'm gonna spend an extra 2 days and
Cut down the
You
cost.
So are
said
you
like
like
5
aiding
days, yeah.
us with your musical abilities?
No, he's just communing.
I know, but I'm wondering if that's what he's going to be doing.
Probably.
Okay, so easy enough to do. Why don't you? So yours is easy enough to do, John. Logan, can I have you roll me a perception or survival check, unless you can find somebody to help you for 2 days who can roll it in your stead?
Mm,
Because yours is going to be like the most involved.
I couldn't roll a herbalism lore?
Nope, because you're going to roll that separately. One is to identify it, one is to find it. Like find areas for it. You are navigating through hundreds of miles of caves.
I'll hire someone at that
Okay,
point.
yeah, easy enough.
How much? How much?
We'll say a local. You look pretty wealthy. He'll charge you 2 gold a day.
Do I look wealthy? I have.
Yeah.
He's seen the constellation.
He doesn't
Okay.
work there, though.
Yeah.
He's around.
Say-
2 gold a day. But he comes very highly recommended if you're looking for somebody to tour you around.
So am I paying 10 or am I paying 2 until I get a good roll?
2 a day, I said, is going to be 2 or 3 days. Like the first
Oh,
half
then
of
yeah,
your
that's
week-
fine. That's fine. Yeah,
First-
I thought you were telling me to pay 2
No,
golds
no,
for
no,
5
no.
days.
It's 2 gold a
each.
day, and then the first half of your week is just like identifying areas that it could grow, finding information of somebody where that could be, and then finding somebody to get you to that place.
Yeah, that's
Getting
fine,
the
man.
access
Yeah.
there.
I recommend
So
my cousin.
I'm just 18, 16. Easy enough. Yep. On the second day, you find it. Roll me a herbalism as far as to be able to graft some of it off so that it doesn't die when you replant it. Okay. And then we'll say it's 6 copper for an appropriate jar with dirt to actually, or rocks for able to allow it to grow.
I got a jar of
Okay.
dirt.
Sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
You said
Relatively
6 copper, right?
Yeah, 6 copper for the actual jar. So, and we'll call that 3 bulk.
Okay.
Because it's just a giant dome jar of dirt. That's all it is. Not particularly fast growing, so
Mhm.
you have to check up on it. But it's one of those things of if you plant it, you can set it and forget it. Basically,
So what is it named?
it's called Stonecracker.
Stonecracker.
Okay.
Dar, is it alright if I put that on the cart? Do we have the space for it or no?
Zane.
What?
Do we have the space for 3 bulk on the cart? I don't mind giving you money if you need it.
Like
Yeah,
rent
that's
out
fine.
the space. Okay. So
Good.
we'll come back to Grog because it sounds
You
like
have the-
everyone's. Go
You
ahead.
have the sheet, right? You can
Oh
open up.
yeah,
and
let
look
me get the
stuff.
link to that.
Probably should
It's
pin that.
pinned.
I was telling it to
It
myself.
is
I'm gonna
pinned.
find it.
So let's do Thea, and then we'll do Grog, and that should finish out our week. And then we'll do all of Zane's bookkeeping nonsense of this is how much money, how many people come through, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Thea, can you do me a favor and roll me a performance check?
Okie dokie.
So as you go into the caverns, into a mined out kind of cavern, more or less mined out, there is a small little, underwater lake where a large stone, breaks off of this. It reminds you of something that in your childhood that you've kind of visited this place, and the relative running water and everything. There's a large, nice ambient noise that echoes through the caverns. As you climb up onto this rock, as you just kind of start humming and kind of strumming, just kind of basically just enticing the song of the stone and kind of playing with it as this running water, the dripping of the stalactites onto the stalagmites, as you just kind of are running through this. You start to hear like the shifting of stone around you. And as you're playing and you hear things echo off the halls, it's almost like putting yourself into a trance. Just kind of, it's like a deep layer of meditation, like going into another state of mind, as your body is just interacting on its own, playing with the stone around you, as you see a dwarf wearing old armor set, carrying an axe.
Mm-hmm.
Steve steps forward and just goes, "Young one, welcome. What brings you here?"
The music is what guides me.
I believe that's what brought me back as well. It seems, as he kind of nicks his axe onto the stone,
Does the axe look
almost
familiar?
yeah. And as it nicks the stone, it's like it's plucking a lyre. I believe that's what guided me back as well. I don't think we have much time, but the song is beautiful, young one. It seems that the stone agrees.
I'm just trying to do what I can with your memory.
Well, if that song is for me, you honor it well. Wow. As he kind of starts tapping it as a lyre forms in his hands, as he just goes, "So that's what happened to it. Either way, it seems to resonate. Well, yours is just due to time worn out and dying. Why not a more lively piece?"
So he's holding his out. I'll take it.
As you take it, as you kind of put it to kind of carry it with it, they just form into one. As
Soul Reaver.
As the older metals, just due to time, even though it's smelted to perfection and well hammered out and maintained, the lyre just has its own livelihood, as the twang of each pluck is just more resonant and deeper, as it just seems to almost come alive. And as you're playing, you can hear the shifting of the stone. And as you're playing, the stone around you almost closes into a claustrophobic level, but it feels comfortable. It feels at peace as the stone comes to its closure and encompassing your old ancestor. As you play, you hear like 5 simple words. They won't understand. Continue.
And I just.
And as you play, it almost shrinks down to the point to where you can barely pluck the lyre, and as it expands once again, you're standing in the middle of Karak Thaldur. And as it expands into the great hall itself, as you're playing, as the lights of the windows are coming on and off, as people are stepping onto the stone as it's irradiating, it's almost like you're playing with the city that is alive itself. And as you see above you, two eyes open up from the city, glowing in orange amber. As it fades away, as you almost come back to from drip, as a piece of water from one of the stalactites above you just kind of hits onto your head as you jar back up, as almost in a moment you're frightened just because you were somewhere else and now you're here, and then the realization sets back in.
You know,
Hmm.
that entire time, I think I know what song I would have been playing.
What's that?
God Gave Rock and Roll to You by Kiss. How it
Nice.
starts off kind of very slow and then it kind of builds up into that big crescendo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then kind of back to the end. And yeah, just the whole, fitting as a song title. And yeah, that kind of just builds up and
Kind of drops out of itself at the very end.
Yeah.
And as you come back to is this solidarity. So just to make this really easy, when you use aid using your performance or this cantrip itself, I'm going to give you an extra +1 on that.
Okay.
To make your aid significantly better.
Yep.
Okay?
So it's a +2 as opposed to a +1?
Correct.
Ooh, nice.
And you can affect up to half your level plus your spellcasting modifier of target.
Damn.
So you can assist more targets with aid another through your cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing super crazy, but substantial, and you
Yeah.
didn't get a magic item like everyone else did, so here's yours.
Cool.
You could effectively give us a +2 to every attack, though.
Correct. Effectively.
Well, to one attack each.
Well, I already do that with the Inspire feat, whereas the other ones I think got more on skill checks. But yeah. Oh, well, that's just aid in general, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can do it for combat as well. Yep. So, as the stone almost plays with you as you come back to the realization, spending a few moments to just meditate in the moment.
Holy shit.
As you wander back to town, continue on your way.
Mhm.
Is there anything after that on one of these nights you want to do before we go to Grolg's thing?
The only other thing, and I kind of talked to you about it, was go see my uncle and pick that stuff off him.
What stuff?
The stuff we brewed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Okay, an old cask.
Grab some of that.
Easy enough. Okay. You go in one day with Grog as they're coming to the tail end of their kind of journey. As Grog, it's been hard work. Like, you were expecting physical labor. You were not expecting a slave driver. This man, every single thing, he's like, do this, do this, do this, do this. And any slight imperfection, you are met with swatted hands, screaming and shouting.
I got a 27.
Yeah, you are very physically able to do the job, but it is very fast paced. And
Okay, he's
not
just mean.
You're just not used to the type of job that this is. Like, there is nothing. You're not messing anything up, but you're not quick, or you're like, hand me the 4mm scalpel, and you quickly grab the 3mm scalpel. He's like, no, not that one, the other one. Like, just very, very, very petty, but at the same time,
whiplash. I'm getting
almost,
whiplash.
yeah, exactly. And he's just neurotic, but you're keeping in pace. You're sore, you're tired, but you're starting to see this thing come to its fruition as the pauldrons are put onto it, as these larger just quartz crystals are kind of embedded onto these plates as they're shaved down and otherwise. And as he comes to it, as this large breastplate is the last thing to set, as he just goes, "Oh, Grog, you said you wanted a touch of your dwarven ancestry. Make this piece. I think you've learned enough in the last 5 days."
Ooh.
I'm getting flashbacks to Dalgrim when he had to do a similar thing. Except he was in the little mini forge and kind of did a week's worth in a day.
Kind of similar, actually.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but they've updated the character sheets.
They did? In what way?
Now they
All
have
my attacks are
weapon.
different.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, you don't have to
2
put
and
in multiple
3.
attacks.
That's real cool. That's awesome.
Oh man, I already
Nice.
put in all the attacks.
That makes me happy. Yeah, I'm gonna. What do I need to do?
So, what I would just like you to roll me is a flat d20 plus 6. Perfect. Easy enough. So as you were forging this, as you are used to physical labor, but the minute details of this are like there's a certain, just like how you did it when I was like telling you're like, okay, like there is a very amount of anxiousness, but it's almost like when you grab it and you start to form it, these large John is dead. John is actually dead.
I'm listening. Shut up.
Go to bed if you're tired.
Nope.
It's instinctual as it comes back to you, as goblins experimented a lot is the best way to describe it, and there were many deaths, but the dwarven craftsmanship is practiced. It has been perfected, and it's almost like through the genes themselves, it is refined and birthed over and over and over. And
Yeah.
as
That's why you don't see
begin
dwarves
doing
wearing
this-
shorts. It's in the genes.
There you go.
Oh no, not
Do they
really.
have denim in this
Shorts.
world, Ox?
What's that?
Do they have denim in this world?
Maybe. I don't know, I haven't thought about it. So
Denim's just cotton.
maybe there might not be cotton. Maybe it's
Denim is cotton?
magic
Yeah.
cotton.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's treated in a specific way, but it doesn't matter.
Cool.
You gotta treat it nice.
I didn't know.
As instinctually, like a predator hunting prey, as soon as it leaves its mom, these learned behaviors come back, and you beautifully craft this breastplate. And as you're hammering out this plate like iron, heated and slowly, it's you would think it would be more like leather crafting, but these plates are just from the iron deposits that it chews on. These large things just slowly bending and building over time as you're crafting this and forming it into the perfect shape through his direction. And as he kind of leans over you and puts his hands just kind of guiding just like directly over your shoulder. Like, and this is what we're trying to do, and this is the curvature, just like on this element. And as he's talking, you go into almost a trance.
A lot of that going around lately.
It's as ting, 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 and as you hit it, a stone, a rock on rock, as the rock shatters, as they all shimmy sham, as they reform, as the rock begins to crack and mold and break, as this large hand little one, as this large stone face burrows its way from the ground.
Grog is speechless. Grog doesn't. This is you just put Grog in front of his favorite person on Earth, and he doesn't.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
And I'll just try and kind of like stand in like a wide sort of stance, like just a almost like just shoulders clenched, maybe.
Yeah. It's
hand.
like it's called it's in, I think it's in Chinese martial arts. I think it's called the Zhao Yun stance. It's like you're holding out wide
kinda.
stance and just flexing. Is that kind of what you're describing?
Just kind of like just trying to regain composure, so just sort of tensing up, but trying to stay just solid.
You honor this creature. through the crafting of your people.
Thank you.
But it is not complete, for you are not dwarven.
Come again.
It will not be complete until you can add the second half of your blood. The art and design has been made of dwarven kind, but the quick rise of goblin kind came from ingenuity and experimentation.
Think I understand.
Good. As he looks over to the body, and as the rocks have crumbled, you're back in the forge, and as it touches the plate, the cave drake's eyes kind of like light up, like just a stony form of it. As he puts his hand on it, rest well. He will honor you in life as he did in your death. Now, slowly. As he pushes the cave drake down, and as he pushes the cave drake down with his hand, as you focus on that, the hammer, ting, comes back down. And as you're just back to working, almost like just instinctually, like you've done this a million times, just hammering away at it, not thinking.
Mm. All right, I just keep working. Maybe a little bit of a tear drops from his eye.
Okay. Very well.
Goblin of fire your armor.
I mean, as weird as it is, that was kind of like the creation of, I feel, Grog the Paladin.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
This moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. 1 second. Apparently everyone wants to text me right now. So, as he's going, is you kind of snap back, he's like, no, as he like holds your hand as you're like about to slip off and hit the chainmail. As he's like, as you're kind of like the tear rolls down as he looks at your face, as you're the 1,000-yard stare is what you have, as he just goes, good. That is what I see when I work. I honor my god through this. May he be venerated in your work.
Torag and Big Rock share a mighty bond, it would seem.
Agreed. Well, shall we try it out?
Yeah.
As he walks over and grabs like a two-handed maul off the wall.
Why don't we have that meal first, though?
Well, it's not done unless it works.
It's getting that 20 and just send you flying across the room.
As he asks you to put it on, he helps you don it. As he's going to, as you see in this thing, this is a like a stonebreaker. It's basically a mace with a bunch of forks on it.
Yeah.
Stonebreaker from Pathfinder 1. It's designed to
know what they
puncture
look
armor.
like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Small nubbins. As he goes, this blow will find any imperfection in the armor. It's not too late to quit.
20.
I'm hitting it in the chest.
I've never
Games
quit
for your
before. I stand up to any challenge.
Great. That is a 19
Like total?
total.
Yeah, it doesn't hit.
Okay. As he strikes into it, as you kind of stagger backwards, kind of losing a little bit of your footing just from the blow, but you are unharmed. There is no cracking. There is no dent. And there is no... There's a small mark that as you see it and you touch it, like you brush it off, and it's just soot that was on the hammer already, and it just comes off as you wipe it away. As he goes,
I even felt that.
well done, little one. Well, Grog, I believe now it's time that we go and eat, as our work is done.
That sounds wonderful. I've been starving. I don't know why, but recently I feel like I've been getting hungrier and hungrier.
It's hard work.
You're not wearing a ring, are you?
It gets easier in time.
Coming more like a goblin.
It gets easier in time. As he opens up the door, as you wearing your new fucking plate mail with these giant,
Hell
like,
yeah.
with these giant, like, quartz crystals that come off of the back of the pauldrons, like, all over it, as there's this sheen of these, like, all over these, like, small spectacles and quartz that are kind of growing off of this plate, an underlying of chainmail on the bottom. All the joints are the almost armadillo plating of the underbelly of the cave drake, this relatively weaker but still hyper sturdy on the armpits and the elbows, the greaves as well. It's a nice set of fucking armor, dude.
Hell yeah. What are the actual stats, by the way?
So it's a set of full plate.
Mhm.
However, it does have it does cause things to happen in wild magic storms of extreme intensity. They are beneficial.
Oh,
So
they're
it's not a bad thing.
beneficial.
Did
Okay,
you put the
okay.
+1 resilience armor rune on it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
did
take
you
that off my.
want the resilience armor rune on that as well?
I'm gonna take that off my
We
sheet.
agreed. We agreed
Yeah,
that
I'm
that
just-
was what we were gonna use it
Okay.
for.
So you have that, so that's a +1 to your saving throws. So there you go. And when you get in an intense wild magic storm, remind me.
An intense wild magic
Like
storm.
basically Lunite Castle, or a
Yeah.
particularly weird one like what happened in Little Red Mont, a month or 2 months ago.
Just making sure. Because I'm gonna take that off my sheet.
But they are not negative in
Resi-
any sense of the word. I'll just say that.
Resilience is just
It's like a
saving
cloak
throws,
of
right?
resistance. Yeah,
Okay.
just a cloak of resistance. +1 to saving throws.
Yeah, I think you originally said +1 to AC and saving throws, but it's just saves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's either
just
a
saving
+1
throws?
to armor or it's a resilience, which is like the upgraded variant. This one was a resilience.
Okay, so it's not armor.
It
It's
is not
just...
armor.
Okay.
It is
just-
just it is a set of full plate that has something to do with wild magic storms
Ah.
and it gives you a +1 to all saving throws.
Gotcha. That's good. Okay.
As on the 6th night, Grog comes back to camp at the Constellation. And Zane, you said you were going to link me to something. There it is.
No, I just messaged you.
Like, drink cocktail. Give me some.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable at all. Just roll me a lore alcohol check to see how successful that would be.
Well, I was hoping that like, it's because
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
moment
okay.
it's
You want
pretty
me to
low.
name some stuff?
Well, no, like, well, at the moment it's my lower alcohol is pretty low, so I imagine I would be essentially spending money to get more tries. Like,
Yeah,
not trying to say like a take 10, but like,
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. What is your hope of outcome?
that like essentially I'm like when I'm not doing the bar for a night, I'm just like taking some like just regular like this is whiskey or this is
Yep.
whatever, and not like the specialty of the area, and
Okay.
and mixing it with whatever of
Okay.
like
So
I don't know.
basically, you're taking local bartending classes.
more like I'm inventing my own drinks.
Okay, using just kind of locally what their taste
Yeah.
buds have accustomed to. Okay, getting some ideas and bouncing stuff around. You talk with the brewer that you have a good connection with in this town.
Okay.
To kind of get an idea. He helps you go through it. A garnishment of iron root, as a lot of the miners find that particularly interesting. That iron fern. Some of it's distilled and gives a lot of iron into their blood, which is super nice. Helps with some of the hangovers afterwards. And then there's also one of the larger cultivated underground mushrooms is a lot of times fermented. But you can use that. They make like a a really weak like liqueur out of it, basically. And they basically those are some of the ideas that he has. Those are some of like the big ones that pop off on his head. And then why don't we have you roll?
Could I get
Roll me an alcohol
aid
lore, and then I'll assign a cost at that point.
could I get an aid from Thea?
Sure.
Thank you.
We'll say you don't get the +2 yet, though.
No. Fair enough.
Just
the
a
end.
plus
This is
one.
during the week, so yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Shit.
So you have to spend more money. You're able to still do it, but we'll call it just from constant experimentation. You're not sure if it's your taste buds or theirs over the course of each night. You're kind of trying it out, and it doesn't really work out. On the last night, you get something that really explodes with the guest, but it costs you about a gold worth of material that you're purchasing to actually come to that critical failure. So unfortunately, you're not able to sell it throughout the week, but you do.
That's
come up
actually
with
what I was
something.
thinking. A gold.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
And then the critical failure part is just you can't use it earlier in the week, basically.
Ox, can I just say I sell my hide armor?
Yeah, we'll say a third the going rate
That's fine.
if you don't.
So
wanna
the
roll for
iron
it.
root is what I find.
Iron root, and there's it's called undercap. It's like a liqueur. They make a liqueur out of it.
I'm just gonna write the names for now, and we can work
Yeah,
out other
the
stuff for that. later.
iron fern. Sorry, the iron fern. Remember those things that you fed to
Yeah.
the cave drake?
Right.
The
What,
roots
arsenic?
of that. Yeah. No, don't give them arsenic.
What's the other thing?
And then undercap. It's like a large cultivated mushroom. The insides they scoop out and eat, and then the outside they can pull and basically shred it down and turn it into fabric. Super useful mushroom. But it does require like complete darkness to be able to be cultivated, so can't really be grown on the surface. But it makes
Exactly the kind of stuff
yeah.
I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's like hemp, so it's like a almost a better version of hemp, so a super tough cotton. Just so that you're aware, Jerry.
Get
If you want to grab any of that.
Yep.
Or like
I got
dresses
you.
and clothes, like
Mhm.
last for years and years.
Yep.
That's because it's for denim, isn't it? If it's rougher.
No, it'd just be
No, it'd just be a sturdier.
yeah. It's
No,
just-
I'm saying it's only used for denim. That's the
Oh,
only
yeah,
time
fair
used
enough.
for it.
but yeah,
Yeah,
So-
can we if we're gonna kind of run around, can Jerry make us like our jumpsuits?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, first night, 17 guests. Each
third
of
night?
them. What's that? Or
Third
third night, yeah. Each of them grabbing 3 drinks. Second night, 13 guests.
Grabbing. Wait. What was that?
Sorry, each of them grabbing 13 drinks on that first night. Okay.
Each 13.
Set of just standard ale. Okay. 17 guests the next night, each of them grabbing 2. And then the next night, 19 guests, each of them grabbing 1 shot and 2 drinks. Fifth night, a holiday's going on, like 2 guys show up. It's really weird. However, they each have 5 drinks, so you know they make up for that a little bit. So now we're on the 6th night.
Ooh. By the way, at some point, can I get a
Mhm.
a barrel of like
Easy enough.
salt? I basically want to salt these meats.
Okay, so you have like jerkies and stuff, just stuff that keeps
Yeah.
a little bit longer. Yep.
Yeah.
You can do it with the cave drake as well if you'd like.
Probably. I mean, this is
Okay,
it is
yeah,
a
you
bit
want to keep some
gamier.
of it? That's fine.
Yeah, and I'll probably put like, I'd probably say a third of the cave drake will be for jerky. Then another third will be for just serving to people, and another third will be as a treat for Sling when he's
What, the salt?
being a good boy. No, the cave drake.
Yeah, easy enough to do. We'll say the barrel of salt is like 5 silver, and it's good
Okay.
for
A lot.
Yeah,
Barrel,
just
a fucking barrel of salt
so
are
long.
good for a
But we'll
lot.
say it's like
Actually,
Yeah,
I was
we
gonna
are,
say maybe
we are
not a
going to have-
barrel because that's probably gonna be a lot of bulk.
I'd say it's like 6 bulk, but like for all intents and purposes, we'll never talk about unique salt again.
It's kind of up
That's
to
some
Star.
salty
Yeah.
mush.
our kidneys are going to be working perfectly fine. We
It's
have
more just
than
so I
enough
can
salt.
keep foods for
Yeah,
longer.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair.
it's going to be easier than bags of it. I'll just say that for me and you.
And you,
It's up
Andy?
to you, Star. If you're all right with it.
I'm fucking.
Pacific card,
I don't know.
Triple
I don't
W
know how
Brady.
much. I don't know how much is left on our cart. I don't think a lot.
You guys were thinking of buying another cart.
Well, yeah, for like alchemy shit, but like not salt.
Fair enough. Well, salt would be used in alchemy.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but not
that's
a
like
barrel
Yeah,
full.
that's fair. That's fair. Pinches
we'll
of
keep
it.
like we'll keep
Probably going
like
through a decent
maybe
amount.
yeah, but not a barrel full. A barrel's a fucking lot. That's a lot of salt.
We'll
So-
say like
Maybe
once
like a
every
cup-
like 20 sessions you'll have to pay like
Yes,
a few copper.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
For
no,
all
I-
intents and purposes, we're never going to talk about unique salt again.
Salt. Yes.
Um.
We were thinking. I was thinking about getting a. No, I was definitely getting a cart this session.
Also, Sling can't fit in his cage anymore, can he?
No.
He-
Well,
Okay, good.
Weeks
no,
ago.
no, he's too big.
I'm not putting him in it. I'm getting rid of it.
Okay.
Where was the? Is it in the D&D chat?
No, it's in this channel.
John just
Okay.
left.
John hit the wrong button.
He clicked D&D.
Welcome back.
You
Yeah, my
idiot.
bad. I was looking for the. I was looking for the what's it called?
Yeah, put
The
your
cart-
camera back on so it fixes
So-
up the positioning.
On the 6th night, okay, Thea is just kind of
Give me 1 second.
reminiscing over his ideas. Syrian is kind of setting up and kind of making sure all of the dirt is all set up that way because they're going to be leaving relatively soon based off what he heard. Getting that all set up and kind of securing it to make sure there's no cracks, no extra sunlight, yada yada yada. Star is helping these guests with this new drink that he has made. Jerry is gone as Grolg shows up, slightly illuminous from the rocks, as these large quartz crystals are like moving towards you guys. Those with dark vision can see him. Everyone else is like, what the fuck is that? And as the ground is
Dude, I
glowing
look
under his feet.
Fabulous.
As he gets close by, you can see Grolg in his half ridiculous looking plate mail, but it's very intimidating. Like the one thing you don't have is a helmet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, sure.
As
I'll figure that out.
as your
Listen,
uncle
the
would say,
face, the face is everything. I
Yeah.
can't hide the face.
as well, it's not full plate without a helmet, but I have an idea for it. Don't worry.
We'll put a
Um,
bag
Good.
over your head.
Get a boulder on my face.
No.
Just a rock.
As your uncle shows up there,
Well, hello, Uncle. You finally finished your work, have you?
I think it's one of the better ones I've made in a while.
I'm gonna model for Thea. I know that she'd appreciate it.
But you'll have to forgive me. I think something's missing. Thea, can you identify it?
No.
It's the helmet.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
It's the helmet.
Well, it looks quite good. I think it's, no offense, his face is a bit too easily seen.
Well, one of my apprentices, who I have allowed to open his own shop, I gave him the skull of that cave drake, and he should be bringing the refined products to us sometime over dinner. Little surprise for you, and that which wasn't used, I have had taxidermied, and I figured it'd be a nice remembrance of this place.
Fantastic.
Very generous of you.
Well, it's been fun, and it's not often I get to see my nephew.
Well,
So-
I think that actually means, well, it's time for a bit of a song I've been working on for the
I'd
bar.
love to hear it. Well, as he looks around and goes, "I don't see your dad nearby. I think it should be fine."
Well, then, it's absolutely fabulous armor that you have, darling. Let us begin. And,
Oh
I'll,
shit!
yeah, go full. I'll go get my actual cloak out of the
Okay.
back and throw that on. Like, not makeup and everything, but actually
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that.
Just turns into a full musical production.
Yeah, and I will belt this one out, and hopefully Zane is actually paying attention.
Maybe.
Halfway.
Yeah, he's doing work right now.
I'm-
Leave him
I'm-
alone. This
I'm
is
al-
work time
I'm
for him.
almost
Don't you
ready.
know?
I'm almost
Don't you
ready.
know that this is work time for Zane?
Yeah.
This isn't playtime.
Yeah,
This is work time.
I don't have a job. This is my job.
Yeah,
Making fake money in a
What do you
fake
got
world.
for me, DT?
yeah. So just start kind of my new lyre, kind of, and belt it out. We travel far, we travel wide. If we had walls, you could come inside. The magnificent owner, he is a star. Come and see the traveling bar. Have a drink and feel such elation, you'll never forget the constellation.
Lovely. Roll me a performance check. I'll give you a +4 on that. That was
Sure.
That
lovely.
was
I'll
awesome, DT.
That was
There was
Jerry's
lovely.
a
one line
little-
in there
Jerry's a
about
little-
What
coming.
was the one before "come inside"? What was that one?
I don't know, but I heard come inside and it made me a little.
Cool
Have
inside.
a drink and feel such elation. Oh no, come and see the traveling bar. Have a drink and feel such elation, you'll never forget the constellation. Oh, we
No,
travel.
no, no. The "come inside"
Yeah,
part.
we travel far, we travel wide. If we had walls, you could come inside.
Oh, if we had walls, we could come inside. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
DT,
I don't
that
like
was
him talking
awesome.
about
That
coming
was really
inside.
good. +4. Performance +4.
21.
Easy.
DT,
21. Crit success.
DT, I liked it. Don't talk about coming inside.
As you're just kind of singing this song, and otherwise, like, your uncle is like almost hiding his face because an enormous amount of people are showing up.
All right. So I have how much I've made days 3 through 6 and days 1 and 2.
Yep.
If you start singing this for the second week and I make less, the song's gotta go. But if I make more,
Well, this is your last day unless you guys are hanging around to explore the town for the next week.
I need
We
another
are,
week
right?
because I ordered ale that took that.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
fair
2-week
enough.
wait time.
So this night
unless
in
he
particular,
shows up and is like, "Hey, I got it
Yeah.
early."
Fair enough. This particular one is this night is an anomaly. I'll just say that. You have his uncle, the famousness, the song is great. It's your first night of your drink, everything, the new armor, everything's coming together. Have you ever been to a place where literally they can't let people in because they're at max capacity?
No,
Like ever?
never been somewhere like that.
We're all from small towns.
So
They
I-
have, like,
Yeah,
10
so-
people.
We all
So-
are, yeah.
So this is what's happening here. Like if your max capacity is the street,
The fire
Yeah.
marshals.
yeah,
So,
Sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
so what am I selling out?
yeah, you're sold out.
Wait, hold on. Ox, are you saying that
Zane is like, what kind of math
are
is
you-
that?
are you saying that Zane's bar just sold out in one night?
Everything
Well,
I
and
have.
5 nights before, but this night in particular, like
Yeah.
it's gone.
Jerry,
Like
Jerry,
one
Well, this
guy
will
in
be the seventh
particular.
night.
So one guy in particular comes up, a very regal person. As people are ordering drinks, as he comes up, as there are 5 fully plate mailed guards, as they're holding out their shields in reverse, as he walks up and goes, "Are you the owner of this bar?" As a well-oldened man, slick backed hair, a dwarf of a dwarf, wearing very fine clothing with rings and everything like that. "Are you the owner of the Constellation, I presume?"
Yeah.
"It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure
Got
to
it.
meet you as well.
Gareth Greymace."
As I'm tallying up my books. Yes.
Yeah, what do you want?
House head of Greymace.
Ah, it's nice.
Of the Trading Guild. I'm sure you've heard of us.
Please insult this man.
Maybe very slightly, but I'm particularly familiar.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that you had one as the Oh, as part of the trading guild here.
Correct. But I would just ask, you have things from far and wide. I would just ask that, well, we allow all of our guests to drink for free tonight and put the tab on me.
I'm drinking tonight.
Is that a fee to pay? What's
I'll pay out your bar, and at the end of the day, the people will be happy, and all I ask is if people ask who bought, just tell them my name.
can do?
I mean,
Continue on with my books.
to absolutely sell out, we basically have had a little impromptu street party festival thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
This
Absolutely.
actually makes my calculations easier because
Yep.
instead of going through with everything else, I just tally up how many fucking drinks I have and multiply.
Yeah,
it
how
by
many
the
you have
number.
left? Multiply it. Easy enough.
Well, no, I never took it off because I knew I had enough for these nights, so I just
Oh, fair enough.
multiply what I have
Fair enough.
for that one keg.
As he just goes, well, in any case, as he goes over, as you're like, yeah, as he goes over to one of the kegs that you have like just tapped, as he goes over and pours himself a drink and goes, Red Montale, it's lovely. Well, good day to you, and maybe we'll see you around. As he tells you the location of his manor, as he nods and goes, well, enjoy your evening. I'm sure you'll be busy.
Will do as I write the where it is in my ledger as I'm like on a separate page.
Yeah, as Baloo is kind of like sleeping in the back of the cart like this, head hanging over. He's like, "Oh," as he walks past and kind of puts his head as Baloo like lifts his head up as he's getting pets as he walks past, and then leaves. And these 5 rune guards look around. 3 of them leave. 2 of them kind of stick around, and the 2 stand there and go, "We'll run security tonight in case anyone gets a little excess. We'll throw them out."
Oh,
Appreciate it.
Of course.
what nice people.
As people hear drinks are free, things do get a little crazy.
I could imagine.
There's arm wrestling competitions. Grog. Arm wrestling competitions start to break out.
Jerry?
Oh God.
Jerry as well.
Absolutely.
There
I'm in
are
there. I'm in
who
there.
can lead the most people in drinking songs.
I
And the
win.
crowd chants to it. And then who has the best dress, or who is the best dressed?
Again, I win.
I definitely go for that one.
No. Oh, you're going for the.
Yeah.
So, let's start with the arm wrestling competition, boys.
Jerry's up in there.
Jerry,
For sure.
all right, Jerry,
For
you
sure.
meet up
Jerry's
with a
in there.
minor, a sweaty man.
I'm sorry, what?
About-
A minor?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a minor
profession.
like his profession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
Jerry's
that
in
one.
there.
As he's about 8 drinks in, he just goes, "You give me this one. All right. Well, when I put you through the table, don't get mad."
I'm totally
When I-
helping.
When I put you through the wall, you better not be mad yourself, youngster.
Wall's 20 feet away, you fucking loon.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you through the fucking wall.
With the +2 from, so you rolled a 20.
Yeah, I put this man through the wall.
No.
Yeah, fuck
you,
him.
you start to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Roll
got a
again.
+2. I'm sorry, I got a +2.
Yeah, from Thea.
Oh!
God,
Is he
why?
As he's just like,
Is that a crit success?
That was almost.
it would be, yes. As you
Almost.
put him through the wall, as he just,
Oh, absolutely. Jerry's
as you're like,
a little drunk.
as there's a prang, as you're like,
Jerry's a little drunk.
boom, as he rolls across the room, hits the wall.
Jerry's
Exactly.
terrifying. Jerry's scary.
Jerry drank a little bit. You know what it was? It was he drank some of that orc shine instead of
His tea.
tea, and he's a little hammered. And Jerry gets a little crazy when he gets
That's
yeah.
funny.
Jerry's up in there like
As there's like a brief pause as the guy like
Yeah,
gets up and goes,
Jerry.
he comes
Jerry.
stumbling over to you, like
Jerry
walking
stands
up.
up going.
He grabs your wrist.
No. Jerry goes.
Ah! As he like holds you up.
Jerry
really
goes.
impressed.
Do you see what you get when you mess with the warrior?
As Grog, another miner, is going to be like, these out of towners pieces of shit. He's going to try to arm wrestle you. And a +2 as well for you,
Yeah.
Grog.
Work it in, kind of my new.
Yeah, in your song.
Technically, I am supposed to be rolling performance checks to see if I do it, but yeah.
Just roll me 3d20s, real quick.
Oh, 3d20s?
No, Thea. Because I think it's only like on a 2 or less you fail.
Yeah.
And it's only I think it's only a 1 that you don't get it. It's a you have to
Yeah.
crit
If
fail
I
it,
crit
right?
fail, I don't get
Which
it.
is a 1 or a 2. Yeah. So on a 1 or a 2 basically, or maybe a 3, but yeah, you succeed. Yeah,
7.
instantly done. It starts, he goes down. Like it's no, you crit succeed over him. He's done. He's like, oh fucking. Like not only did he crit fail, he also rolled a nat 1. He's done. Like it starts, he's very strong. You're like, boom.
I feel like I might give Grog a side eye. I
You
feel like
kinda,
this
like-
might just happen.
You're just holding an arm, and it's like,
Yeah.
where did this come from? Like, oh shit,
Grog
dude.
shudders a bit.
Everybody's been throwing in a pot of 1 copper, by the way. So if you guys want to both throw in a copper for the pot, it's gotten up to like 20 copper. As it comes down to both of you guys arm wrestling one more guy and then each other if you win. Jerry. Jerry. Oh, John's gone. Grog.
Right. Yo.
Okay, starts to win. You get a +2 though. Is that already included?
No, that's not included.
Okay,
So,
so he starts to win. Go ahead.
I'll just roll a d20 instead. Plus.
Okay, evens it out. Roll again. Yeah, and you just boom, he's done. That's it. Can't compete. He doesn't have the endurance. He was a
Ooh.
little bit stronger. He started to lose, then it was over.
Who would
John's-
stand to the might of Grog Boulderbringer?
Well, it might be Jerry if Jerry ever comes back.
Did he just lag out or something?
Yeah, he did.
Hell yeah.
Jerry, you're arm wrestling another boy.
I'm not arm wrestling Grog.
No, you have one more opponent, and then
Yes,
We're
sir.
We're on opposite brackets.
Okay. All right, I rolled a 9.
tied.
All right, we're tied.
No decisive winner. Next.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Okay.
he starts to win. Next. He's almost won,
Okay.
and
he
he beats
wins.
you.
Damn.
Jerry's a little drunk.
It's okay, Jerry. It
As
was
this
a good-
guy
Alright,
gets
it
a-
happens to everyone.
I'll pat Jerry on the back. I'll say it was a good fight.
It was a fight. I'm a little old. That bastard's voided up.
As he like turns around and like shoves something in his mouth real quick. Muscles bulk up a little bit as he turns back around.
The
Trash.
bastard. Grog. Hey,
Right,
Grog,
this
come here.
one's-
Come here, Grog.
Okay, I'm
You
coming
ever
here.
seen like those Italian mobster movies?
Can you turn your camera on, John?
Oh, am I not on?
No.
No.
My bad. Yeah, absolutely. Jerry grabs him behind the head. He gives him a little like behind the head like mobster. He goes,
You like try and pull him in, and he doesn't
Grog.
move. Like
Grog, come here.
You pull yourself
Oh,
towards him.
okay.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah,
move.
yeah.
You get
Come
closer.
here. Come here.
Okay, yeah. So
Kick
yeah,
his ass, Grog.
I was planning on it.
I give him 2 kisses. A kiss
Okay,
on each.
roll,
Fine,
roll me
back
roll
up.
me a
I don't
d20
wanna kiss.
plus athletics to see if you ate him. See if we can get him a +3 for this first roll.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me use my athletics
Jerry needs to
instead
go
of
to
just
bed.
rolling. No, Jerry's. What are you talking about? Jerry's here. Jerry's in the moment.
Jerry's trying to kiss Grog.
Yeah, he's giving him like.
You
Jerry's
you get a
giving him.
+3 on this first roll.
+3.
Jerry's
Yeah,
giving
because
him
2 from
fucking-
Thea and then 1 from
Oh, okay,
one
okay,
from
you're saying
Jerry
total.
goes, come here, Grog. Come here, Grog. Give him hell, big boy.
Oh, give him the stones.
Give him, show him what. Give him those stones.
Oh God!
Oh, God.
He's like easy enough as he's like starts to go. As
I
you're
like to imagine it's like just bring his
Yeah,
hand up
you're
and then
like
back down.
looking away as he's like, give him the stones. You like look back at Jerry's, you're like, oh shit, I'm losing. Boom! As you just slam him into the table and hits his head and just knocks himself out as he goes
Fuck
unconscious.
him up.
I'm gonna like get on the table, just start flexing, and
People cheer. People cheer. More people drink. And yeah, you get the pot of 20 copper.
Eat shit. Feels good to be the strongest.
Yep, there you go. Drinking song? You want to see who can lead the most, Thea?
She's the one who started the drinking songs.
Yeah.
Is they a boy or a
So
girl?
we're gonna go with the competitors first.
I didn't hear you,
She's a
DT.
girl.
Okay.
He's talking.
You're muted,
Oh,
DT.
okay.
Here's
Yeah,
Matt.
total. Yeah,
That's
okay,
what I
great.
thought.
22, nat 20, and 2. There's 3 different people like leading songs everywhere.
Oh boy.
Performance 10. Okay. Bottom one drops out. Next, as they drop out, they join other songs.
I can't aid myself, can I?
You cannot.
You're gonna see the Jerry flex.
Jesus.
Unfortunately, Thea,
I'm
in this
gone.
case, you're just. Unfortunately, in this case, Thea, you're dropped out.
I'm trying to work
As
the crowd as I'm doing that as
finally
well.
they're all just singing. Let's start a riot. A riot. As the guards come over, like, no, not that song. No, different song. As they're like, as they're like, he's like chanting something, but he's the
Gold,
decisive winner.
gold.
Yeah, gold.
Gold,
Dig,
gold, gold,
I am a
gold.
dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Everyone's favorite, diggy hole.
Diggy hole.
Singing it.
Well, why don't you just go the dig song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Dig, 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 dig,
Yes.
dig, 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 dig the whole day through. Hi ho.
That's
Joins
not
Andy,
exciting.
does
that's
math and pays his employee
Yep.
and figures out taxes.
As this guy leads all of them, as a dwarf comes up and probably is, early 60s, comes up, pretty young kid, comes up and just goes, yeah, it's a young dwarf. He's 60.
Yeah, you saw that?
It sounds weird, but
Yeah,
it's true.
like, go realign those mental
Early
crosshairs.
60s early 60s, like maybe 10 years younger than Jerry. Just early.
As he comes up and just goes, well, you got us here, didn't you? So he like pats you on the shoulder. Says, you got us here, didn't you? As he, like, it's like a consolation. Like, he's not trying to be a shithead. He's just like, you got us here. Yeah. This wasn't your best song. You picked the wrong song, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm working.
As they keep drinking and fashion. Shall we do the fashion contest for everyone?
Absolutely, we should.
Okay. So, we're going to deal with 4 not the party contestants. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay? One of them coming up in just his, like, miner's clothes.
Ugly. Ugly as fuck.
Really, as he's gonna just roll a nice old 9 as he flexes. It's more about the body than it is the actual clothes, as it's well worn and otherwise. As a guy in his
Make it work.
as a guy in like his guard uniform comes up, it's okay, but he's been marching around for too long. It's a little dirty. He's missing his shield. It's somewhere, probably at his house. Just doesn't quite complete the outfit.
Mhm.
A bureaucrat comes up. It's a really good outfit. It's fucking phenomenal. It's just an unbelievable outfit as he comes up, rings
Okay.
and all, as he's drinking. As finally a child comes up with a dog. It's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah, people like the dog. People like the
People
dog.
like the dog. People like dog. I agree.
People like the dog. Your group.
Jerry.
Yep.
I
Jerry,
want
roll your
to.
craft modifier.
I was gonna say, can I add my craft as my
Yep. D20 plus craft.
24? Absolutely. Jerry comes up. He struts his fucking stuff. He may not be thick, but he's got a
But
decent
he got that
ass.
dick.
He may not be thick, but he got that dick.
Takes off
I
the
like
winter
that.
coat and twirls the sundress. It's lovely.
It's a beautiful
People
sundress.
clap and applaud. Some people are confused, but they clap anyway. Some people they're from an older time. They're from a couple hundred years ago. They're not sure how to
So
react.
they're
I was
confused.
gonna say
Absolutely.
this is the most LGBT material that
really
they've
is.
ever been
Thea,
Yep.
around.
roll with
ever.
your performance check.
Okay. I am not having a good night.
And you hop up. It's bad. It's real bad. It's on backwards. You didn't realize the whole night the outfit's on backwards. It's really bad. You're not
Jerry's booing
applauded or
this.
booed. It's more just people stare.
No,
and you're
Jerry's
like,
booing you.
oh, okay.
Jerry's
Jerry's the
booing
only
you.
one booing. Everyone else is like, why is he up there?
Yeah, a
As the
dwarf
dog is like,
strutting
the
around
dog is
there.
going.
A dwarf running around there in his mother's coat. It's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's very uncommon.
Yeah.
Roll me an athletics check.
Get
Rolling
Mr.
athletics.
Universe here.
So you used
I'm
to make it.
flexing.
Wait, didn't I give him? No,
I'm
you're right.
flexing.
As he does it, as he steps onto the stone that shines underneath, the light hits the quartz behind him as it just like shines, as it's like disco balling off of his pauldrons.
Hell
Jerry's
yeah.
giving him
Everyone's
a round of
clapping
applause.
and cheering.
Absolutely, standing ovation. Absolutely,
It's
Thank you.
it's amazing.
it's
Thank you.
beautiful. I'm jealous a little bit that I didn't make it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Grog, you catch a wink from Jerry as you're walking down the runway.
Thanks.
So
Jerry.
one guy comes up to
Well.
Star and goes, "How much for a glass of mana for the winner?"
I haven't even advertised the mana.
But you gave it to one person, and he sure as fuck did.
Fuck you, Thea, you lost. Get out of here. You lost.
That's
Who do you think
Grog.
you are?
That's supposed to be.
Oh, that's Grog. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Grog,
it is-
Grog's he's a little greener than that.
Yeah, color that green.
All right, so did Grog win or is it tied?
No, Grog. Grog
Yeah.
won.
I'm
You
upset.
succeeded. He crit succeeded.
I'm upset.
Sorry, Jerry.
Now, you know what? Yeah, we can have another go through, but you're getting a minus. How's that?
No, I'll give it to Grog. Grog deserves it. He may not be the best dressed, but he definitely walked that runway the best.
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it.
The
I
aristocrat
respect it.
came up and he
No,
tied
I
you because he crit
respect it.
succeeded, but you beat him. But
Um,
Grog just
No, I respect it. He knew how to walk the one way the best. You win some, you lose
How
some.
much you get charged for a glass of mana?
3 silver.
As he goes, is he like they chat with a bunch of people in the crowd after this? They all
It is
pool
my
money
exclusive-
together. You get 3
I know it's
silver.
exclusive drink.
Yeah, they all pool together money to pay for
As
a
I,
glass for Grog.
As I clear, motion to clear the way, as I drape on Baloo's armor,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
take off my jacket.
As you
throw it
do
over
this,
the shoulder.
Baloo's like, "Mrr," as he was napping, he like steps off as he's stepping off the cart. It like drags over him and hooks on his neck as he walks out. What do you do after that?
And then we step.
Okay.
We stepping?
Oh, you're gonna compete in the wardrobe?
Star prides himself on being a very well dressed man.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I will execute a perfect walk. No, I don't. But you know,
Hold on. Roll me one for Blue.
What?
Roll me one for Blue.
You do better than Thea. Which
Yeah.
is something. You do better than Thea, and Thea's pretty well dressed.
You both get on stage. Everyone's applauding the bear. Everyone's applauding the bear. It sounds like it's everyone, but there's definitely like 20% of the crowd is screaming for the bear. It's well received, but he's
Well,
still
that's a step,
disco.
but you know,
Yeah,
the
he's
dress
still-
is still impeccable.
Absolutely, but he's still disco balling somehow, and people are just like, "Oh,
I'm
that's really
doing-
good."
I'm-
Oh
I'm
my
doing-
god, it's still going on. How
I'm
is
doing
it still?
Techno Viking too. and
Oh,
just-
okay. Like, how is it still happening? Oh my god! As they pull money together and serve mana to Grog. As at this, we're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, I kind of got to as well. So, be right back.
I'll take a pee.
Okay, you sell out. As everything breaks down, you have a fashion contest. Grog wins it. You have an arm wrestling contest. Grog wins it. Everything's coming up Grog.
He is our Millhouse after all.
As everything comes to an end.
Grog.
What's that?
Nothing. I just said
Oh.
Grog.
As everything comes to an end and people start dispersing, the streets start clearing. Eventually, a young dwarf comes up carrying a helmet and has like something strapped to his back. So he runs up. Am I late? Am I late? Grog? Which one's Grog?
That would be me.
Oh.
I made this for a fucking goblin? Jesus.
Well, that would explain the measurements. Here you go. So he hands you a helmet.
How's it look?
Looks like a cave drake head. Like it's like a smaller, like 2 plates make like a cave drake head, basically. The eye slits are where the eyes are. Looks like a small head. And the cave drake.
Cool. Are there any gemstones or anything on it?
Yeah, they're embedded into it.
Cool. Hell yeah.
As he
Guys.
and which one's Star? Star?
What?
Star?
Yeah.
Oh, this is for you? Is he like is he like such a cave drake skull that's been taxidermied? Like not a skull, but like the face of a cave drake, like the plates and everything, like in front of you. It's like taxidermied on a plaque. This is for you.
Oh, there you
I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but there you go.
That is totally going on the front
go.
roof of the
Oh.
bar. Of the
No, it
wagon.
goes in the back. There's a back plate.
Okay.
It's like
Yay,
truck
drinks
nuts.
left. I'm so thirsty.
Start nailing that in.
Damn, that poor guy.
You're all out of drinks too? Fuck. God damn it. Alright, well, I guess I'll,
I give him one of the leftover, one of the finalized drinks that I made of the cocktail.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is real good. Oh, God. Oh, that's so good. Fuck. Gee, do you know how hard that helmet was to make? He's like yelling it, like he's yelling at the floor. You know how hard that thing was to make? Those plates do not move. And he like points to Grog's armor.
He's like,
Yes, you do. Thank you, Star. He like turns around in embarrassment. He's like, "This is really fucking good." He's like, finishes his drink, puts it on the table. Thank you. How much do I owe you?
I'm not selling them yet.
Oh, well, it's you definitely could. It's good. It's real good.
Need to figure out a price.
Well, thanks for letting me be the tester. I'm into it. See, hi. Well, I guess I'll go back and work on the repairs to the armor. The rune shield guard's shield and armor. Yeah, you should do that, son. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm gonna get some water on the way back. He wanders off.
I'm going to go up to the mansion of that trades guild guy, but after asking that, hey,
I want to wait till the
what
morning.
was the name of that trades guild guy? Oh, I thought this was the morning. My bad.
No, this is like as everyone's leaving. Like the
Yeah, end of
apprentice
the
comes
night.
up in the middle of the night.
What was the trades guild guy again?
Well, his
I
name
was-
is.
Darim. No, sorry. Pause. That's the wrong. I was thinking Dalgrim because I was looking at your fucking face.
Fuck you.
Durim.
Durham.
Not in the morning, but like,
Yeah.
afternoon after I wake up.
Sounds good. You wake up, a couple hours, you have breakfast, whatever, and then you head over there. Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. At this point, like everyone's dispersed. Like there's no more booze. There's no food. There's no
I
reason
have
to be
alcohol,
here.
but I'm not selling the local stuff here.
Fair enough. Yeah. They did at this point. They're just like, there's nothing left to go home. You don't have to go home. You can't stay here, kind of thing.
Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Or you can't go home, but you can't stay here. That's what John said to us.
You muted, John.
John, you're muted.
Like a true gentleman.
He was
As you're
cleaning
like tired from all the work, you've been drinking a little bit. As two of the two rune shield guards that have been set with you, gong, gong, gong. As people are like, ah, fuck, like they're leaving. As it resonates through these halls, as people are like, all right, we're leaving. Fucking Christ, stop.
They
Gong.
passed out in the streets next to my bar.
Oh yeah, there's quite a
Oh.
few people.
Oh,
quite a few.
I need to pick up another 6. No, what? No. What's the luxury place?
Luxury
What's
place
that?
was 1 silver, 2 copper.
Get myself a room.
Getting yourself pampered, are we?
Like it has like it's a single room, unlike all the others. Like it has its own bath in the room. Like
Oh yeah.
they'll have someone come in and like do your nails, like give you a massage. Like it's nice.
Room service and
nice.
everything.
I just made some money. I'll train myself.
Yeah.
But yeah. I leave for the man's house, and I bring with me the Griffin fermentation.
You bring with him the
Bottle.
what?
The Griffin fermentation.
Oh shit. Okay. Sure. Is anyone else wanting to do anything over the next like couple days or immediately the next day?
No.
Okay.
Oh, when Star
Anyone
gets
going
back.
with Star?
I'll tag along.
Ox.
Yep.
Do you remember that weapon I mentioned to you, over the break?
No.
No.
No. You want to tell me what it was?
Yes, but he
I'm
doesn't want to
trying
tell
to-
us what it is.
Oh
No, it's not that I don't want to tell them. It's that I just I'm trying to think of if I actually want it or not. Never mind. I'll come back to you.
it was the mace thing.
Yeah,
Mace
yeah.
thing. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I
big
I
rock?
just I wanted to get a proper holy symbol made. I wanted to get like an Atlas ball.
Oh
That
yeah.
was that I could use as a weapon. I actually do want to do that because that's gonna be like my holy weapon or holy symbol.
Like an Atlas stone.
Yeah,
Uh,
not
Fine.
like the real life versions, not the like.
oh
Depiction
okay. Oh okay.
version.
Like the ones that are.
Yeah,
like this.
they're like this big, maybe like a bit larger than a watermelon.
No. Okay. So not
Like
nothing
that
super
kind of
crazy.
stone.
Like a
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Easy enough to do. We'll say. I don't know, like 2 gold, 2 gold.
Okay.
3 bulk. How much? Wait. How much is your club in bulk?
4.
3 bulk.
3 bulk.
Just 2 bulk. It's a giant fucking rock. 2 bulk. It's not hard to
Okay.
stow. It's just there.
Alright.
Has the modification that we talked about.
What was the modification? I don't remember.
Just a
That it has
handle
like a
belt.
handle that I can use as a weapon.
Yeah, it's like a 2-handed weapon. You can't use it like a
Oh.
mace, unfortunately. You're gonna have to.
Well, we talked about doing exactly that. Being that he has a Titan thing that he.
Oh yeah,
Effectively
yeah, I
wield
remember.
large
Yeah,
weapons.
we'll put a chain and a stick on it. We use it like a flail, basically. Do
No,
something
the
like
idea was that he had it sort of like a
Yeah,
weight.
like an engraved handle.
Like, he just basically brings it down and beats
that.
people.
Oh sure,
with
yeah,
the
that's
weight
fine.
of it.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, just make it a simple mace for damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember now. I'm on board. Anyone going with Star to Durham's house?
Yeah, I'll tag
They-
along.
I was gonna go alone.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to go alone, then
Blue's like strutting his stuff behind you.
Blue can come along.
Oh, okay. Blue's coming. Blue's like, you can't stop me. I'm a bear. Fuck you.
He's my best friend, of course.
Yeah.
As you show up, okay. So as you tell everybody, as you head towards the Gray Mace, as you're basically moving through aristocrat district of more or less, as you head into that direction, particularly him, he's going to be in the inner ring, so you're going to head in that direction for him. Heading into the inner ring, it's easy enough. It's almost like the rune shields have been informed. It's not you're pretty easy to identify.
As one of them goes, well, welcome to the inner ring.
Oh yes, the Toro.
Star, I presume.
Yes.
You sold out. You sold out before I arrived. Unfortunate. Maybe next pass.
Ah. Maybe when I expand and can hold more.
Fair enough. Well, I'm assuming you're coming to speak with Durham.
Yes, I wanted to thank him.
Well, I wish I could say he wasn't expecting you, but he left words to take you myself or ourselves if you arrive. So please follow me.
So you head in, like the stonework here is everywhere it was nice, but this is just like that extra bit of detail. Everything has trimming. Everything is the finest of dwarf craftsmanship. As he takes you into an area of this large, like stone, this just obscenely opulent home. The outside, the pillars are of carved stone with these like figurines of like ancestors inside of it, like working the stone itself around the column. As the door knocker itself is, it's the basically just the weights, like the scale for weight to money kind of thing. And as you pull one side, it like knocks on the other. It's just obscenely like it's just obscenely overly designed. There's a knock as a man opens the door and goes, "Ah," just obviously a butler, an archmage probably. As he just
Sounds about right.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Floating skull.
Sir Star, Durham was expecting you. I'm glad you have arrived early. Please, as he sees the Baron goes, and who might this be?
This is Blue, my faithful companion.
I believe he mentioned something of this creature on his way out, so, well, please, come in. As he leads you into a room, as he leads you into like a study, basically, as there's a fire going as he's writing and otherwise. It opens up as... Yes, come in. Oh, my apologies. Well, Star, welcome in.
Thank you. I wanted to thank you for making the night go so smoothly, as I hold the Griffin fermentation.
A gift. Kind of rolls it, looking at it. Fine gift indeed. Well, you'll have to forgive me for saying this, but I think you may have wasted quite a fine gift on someone such as myself.
Give it back then.
It's it's part of the deal I made with the distiller in the first place. It works quite well. Something like this is meant for the higher class, not the rabble.
I see 3 people of the higher class here, so why don't we have 3 glasses then?
I'd love to join you.
Yeah, as he pours it and
Puts he like
Who's
pours
the
one in
other
a
Who's the
bowl,
third?
like a
Who's the
saucer.
third?
He pours
Yeah.
one in a saucer.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna have a drunk bear rampaging
Yes,
through
he-
his manor.
As he places on the ground, his balloon's like,
Yes, honey.
like
Bears do
starts
love
like,
honey.
like chewing
Has
into it.
Baloo
Like,
actually
stop.
had drink and booze before?
Of course. Right.
Every time someone doesn't finish their drink,
Yeah.
it just wanders over and it sits down.
Has anyone seen the anime Seven Deadly Sins?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the pig in that who's the
hop.
the
Hop.
officer or whatever of scraps and the scraps disposal just goes and eats leftovers. That's Baloo.
well,
How do you think I keep him fed?
It's a lot of beer. He just gets all of his calorie from beer.
It's, when we're in town, there's a lot of it. Yeah.
well, as he, it's lovely. Well, I appreciate the gratitude, but of course it's simple enough. Was something easy enough to do given the nature of things, and it spreads your name, it spreads mine, and well, it's good for everyone.
I agree.
So, May I ask why you came personally to thank me?
Well, it is my bar that made quite the pretty penny the other day.
Well, fair enough then. Well, any questions of the town or otherwise, or do you just enjoy the company?
Well, if you are head of the trade guild, having a friend that could give me sway with the distillers and brewers would be nice.
Fair enough.
There's quite the wait list.
Indeed. I could have those shortened, as many of those come through my house itself. Many of the casks that are ahead of you, of course. I don't, given the nature of just the size of your bar, missing one or two isn't going to kill anyone.
Appreciate it.
You brought me a fine gift. I bought out your bar, but I feel I still owe you given the nature of what you've brought me, so redirecting a cask or two to come your way I don't think would be outside of the question. Which distiller were you thinking of?
Now, for Star, it's only been a week. For Zane, it's been 5. Oh.
Got that message, Zane?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What's up?
John's asleep.
No.
Is John down? Oh, John. No, John's awake. He's talking.
Just half asleep.
Yeah.
Enjoying the ceiling.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about being able to come back here more often. Probably be better. Getting a writ of trade would be most appreciated.
You're asking quite a lot of me, and I believe that may exceed that, but I don't see. Man, kind of
I'll
like
make sure-
look. He's like looking around, like thinking about it, since he's like,
I could always have a keg with your name on it for a trip.
I do have obligations to pay to the city, and as part of the head of the Trades Guild, I am myself the one who stamps the writs of trade. Now, I do have obligations to pay to the city. I couldn't give you one, but I would be happy to give you one at a discounted price, as long as you continue making trips here.
5-finger discount.
Sounds good to me. What kind of discounts are we looking here?
Depends on what's affordable to you.
Just as a reminder, the standard was like 200 gold,
300.
300 gold.
Well, that was for the trade one was cheaper, wasn't it? Because there were
No,
two
the trade
prices.
was the only one we could buy.
No, that's the writ of basically one is for traveling, and
Yep.
then the other one
Oh.
is long and short is basically any to and fro for outsiders. Now you could buy them from a disgraced merchant or somebody who's retiring, yada yada yada. They're sold like in secondhand markets. So keep that in mind. But to purchase one directly from the city is 300 gold. Oh, now John's snoring though.
John.
Nope, we got it.
Okay.
We're about to finish up, so it's okay.
How much would Star think that he could say without insulting him?
Roll me a appropriate knowledge. Do you have like society?
How about a perception? I mean, that's the
Society
kind of
makes way
that's the
more
insight.
sense.
Well, that's the insight.
Yeah, that's
no,
fair. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It goes
judging
against the law.
by
That's like sense motive. That's
I
fine.
get it. Awareness to the situation.
So just you would assume a used one is probably in the mid 100 and something, like 150-ish, calf-ish price, right? Somebody who's trying to get out of it.
Okay.
So from there, this man is very wealthy. He's also been very, very kind to you. So you could probably push sub 100 gold.
I could.
You probably could. It's just that could potentially hurt future relation. It might make him less willing to be able to do things, but he might still reluctantly agree. And that would his immediate response to a low offer would depend on your diplomacy roll.
Returning would make me quite a bit of money. I could do 130 now.
130. Man.
Roll me a diplomacy anyway. That's a good offer though.
No, so and a keg with your name on it every trip.
Go ahead and roll it. 130. With my name on every keg. Is that when you return to town or while traveling around?
Just every trip back.
Oh, okay.
Every
Like
trip back, a keg with your name.
Are you bringing him one, or is it just advertising?
I'm bringing a keg directly to
Oh,
him.
okay. That's me trying to just
every
understand.
trip. Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of reaches under his desk. Kind of leans heavily onto it. Oh, silly me. Well, seems I've stamped an extra writ. Do you know anyone who might be able to dispose of this?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Oh,
I
well,
believe I
good.
do.
Well, good. I can't be bothered in my old age.
It doesn't seem like he's doing anything illegal, but he's definitely doing something that's most outsiders would not get access to. So he's playing it off.
Okay.
Like he's not like, oh, like dropping it on the ground like I lost a writ. Like he's not doing that. So as you know, you pay the gold effectively as he just goes,
Well, your gift is much appreciated, and please make sure that writ goes into good hands.
I will.
So no one in the
Thank
party.
you. Thank you, Darren.
It's a pleasure. Well, you brought me a fine gift. This is, well, this is of
So Star hasn't gotten to taste it. How is it?
good. Like it is very, very, it is sweet without being overbearing. It is thick, like it coats the throat. This would be good, probably warm as well as cold. It's just, room temperature. It's like chilled because you're underground lightly. It's like in this, high 60s, something like that. But this would probably even still be good as like warm as like if you had a heavy cough to like soothe the throat because it's so thick. But it's good. Like this might be the best like small batch thing that humans make in this area. Like as far as you're concerned, like you've tried a lot of things. This is like up there. This might be like in your top 3 favorites if this is your kind of drink. You know what I mean?
It better be good because it was 3 gold a fucking bottle.
I know. It's like it's good. Like bar none. Like the brewer who sold this to you kind of went through that. Like he was not lying. It is a very, very good. It's an incredibly good bottle, and it's aged quite well.
The booze is okay too.
Yeah, the booze.
The bottle is absolutely magnificent.
The bottle's well designed.
Yeah.
But it's super good. As he kind of recorks it and puts it away. As he finishes
We're gonna have
his
to
glass.
start getting a bouncer for a cordoned off area of quiet area where I could sell the expensive.
Oh yeah, like this side of the cart, rabble rousers. that side of the cart, that's where all the fancy
The
people
VIP.
live.
We're making a VIP
Yeah,
lounge.
VIP section.
Well,
It's a goal just to enter.
well, if you'd like, I know a number of contacts in the town. If you have need of trades work or otherwise, I would be happy to connect you with some of my contacts.
It sounds beautiful. If you need anything from me, I'll be in town.
Sounds good. Well, at the end of the day, it's a good business.
Good business.
As he kind of cheers and drinks as the butler comes out, as you finish up and you're just kind of chatting and just kind of having a good time. Where are you from? How long have you lived here? Those kinds of things. How did you become the head of house? Just chat. As eventually the butler comes in and goes, excuse me, I do believe that I have to interrupt. You do have a meeting in about 45 minutes across the inner circle. As he goes, oh, if you'll excuse me, Star,
Pack
I'll
up
see
my
my
things.
Gotcha. I'll see myself out. Please take some time. If you don't mind, please give a list of individuals who may be interested in leaving.
What was that?
Please give him a list of individuals who may be willing to leave.
Willing to leave town?
Basically, he's giving you a list of workmen if you wanted to hire people for your caravan.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Like competent people if you wanted to hire people.
I know a guy that guard who took me to Big
Yeah,
Rock.
here
I
is the
bet you
local
he'd
trades
be cool
union.
to have him.
Yeah, it's basically just trade work. It's he's not saying you have to hire them. He's just give them a list.
Oh, wait, is he giving me a list of names or?
Yes.
Yeah, the
No.
butler when he
Oh,
leaves, the
okay.
butler's going to give you a list of people who would be willing to leave town, and
Okay,
what their
sorry,
skill is.
I
Careful,
thought he
hallelujah,
was
Trav.
giving me a paper to write a list of names.
Oh,
and
no,
like,
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
anybody.
no,
What the fuck are you telling me?
No. He's
Yeah.
giving you a list of people who'd be willing to leave town and who are available for work, like guards, brewer, basically just a list of a number of different tradesmen who, for one reason or another, who would probably be willing to leave town.
Okay.
So you might not do anything with it. If you do, you can. I know that Jerry was wanting to buy another cart before you guys left in a week, so.
Too bad Jerry isn't here.
Well,
That's fine.
the other-
next week we'll deal with that, and then y'all will leave town. So.
kind of because Jerry and Sylvian or Syrian, yeah, aren't quite as much. The only other thing I would want to do is seeing I perform. We got a chef and we've got the bartender. I was actually going to discuss with them actually making it a more formal business as opposed to just sitting around. Well, no, not sitting around, but we're fairly roughshod at the moment. Did we actually want to go in business together for this? Help spread out the costs and whatnot.
Oh, you have a permanent bard, you have an actual cook,
Yeah.
you have. No, gotcha. Oh. And the other people who might not be super interested aren't here, so that works.
Wait, were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He said he wanted to gather people.
I was thinking about how I'm going to advertise the bar next time I come back to town.
Yeah, but what I was thinking, actually, as opposed to at the moment, I'm kind of just casually your bard, and you've got a cook working on his own, kind of actually make it go into a partnership.
I think the thing though is that then it becomes a lot more work. Like that already kind of is what it is, but we're all just putting in the work to our thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thea, when he decides to, he pays you guys out.
Yeah.
Or not Thea,
Well, that's the
but,
thing is that because he doesn't have to. Yeah, basically that's all that it would do is it would just put more of the work on Star. I think if we were just to all merge, I think it makes sense right now to just be like, hey, I'm just trying to get the bar thing started.
Yeah.
If you want to run what's it called?
I'm sure if you told Star
kitchen.
I want to perform every time we set up and I want 80% of the profits, I'm sure Star would be fine with that.
Yeah,
Or something
totally.
similar.
80? No.
Of
90.
him just performing?
Oh, of like him, like
Yeah,
like
just the money he gets from performing.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
like something like that.
Well, at this
Not
point,
80% of the profits of the bar.
Yeah.
Jesus.
yeah, at this point, I
People
don't get
come for the
anything from
drinks, but they stay for the singing.
Yeah, I get nothing from performing. I just get whatever. Like, I bring more business in, and
Yeah.
then I get a cut of the proceeds.
At the moment, there is no tip jar for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So something y'all could work something out like
Yeah.
that. I'm sure.
We can do something like that. That's not something that's not something I'd really brought
Yeah,
up
you
as
guys.
much. But yeah, at the moment, I think I gave you like 12%.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Um.
Then you made a
But-
shitload of money then. Fuck me. I need a pay rise.
As the butler, like I said, he gives you a list of, like different craftsmen. He gives you a list of guards. He gives you a list of basically just everything, like just good, competent craftsmen, like good, competent workforce. If you wanted to hire somebody, you don't have to get somebody random. You can get somebody who is
Yeah.
highly recommended.
I'll think about it throughout the week.
Yeah, so
Something like
that kind of mitigates some of the risk of hiring a random person.
Oh, and DT, yeah. I may only be paying you a somewhat small percentage, but I'm also eating
Yeah.
all the costs.
Yeah.
Which is
Like I just paid
minuscule in comparison.
130 gold.
He
Um,
did, yeah, that's fair. He did pay 130 gold, which is
Just so that
a
we
lot.
can come back here easier.
Yeah.
And he did just give out a very expensive bottle for free.
Mhm. And I will actually
Pretty
give
good
you the small cask that I got from my uncle
Oh yeah.
of the beer that he and I brewed when we were when I was younger,
Yeah.
helping him. Kind of like every house has their own like home brewery in a
Mhm.
dwarven place.
I
So
appreciate it.
this would be actually a very special memento of younger days when shit wasn't pear-shaped. So I would give you that as well. Very special occasions kind of a drink.
Yeah, you get a Dunbra Iron Helm, just Iron Helm cask if you want to call it that.
hmm
But
The
specifically,
one-of-a-kinds aren't as fun to sell.
Yeah.
But they're much more fun to drink.
Oh, that they are,
Okay.
darling.
Can't wait to break it open with you.
nice. Well, with that, as you guys recollect at the constellation, you guys may or may not be doing anything over the next week, just waiting time. That's fine. I encourage you guys. This is a large town. There's missions, there's bounties, there's different work that can be found. I would encourage you guys to think about what you guys would be interested in pursuing over the next week. But with that, I think we can end our session.
Especially seeing
And now that I don't have to worry about fucking bartending,
Yep, correct.
go and buy a
I got
couple
money
of
at
gigs.
oh yeah, and some of the stuff that's not on a wait list.
Yeah, just you run of the mill stuff.
And the long and short is I can filter some of the basically what that equates to is I can filter some of the if you want to get up to 2 casks from any one brewery or 1 cask from 2 different breweries, you can have them. Is how that basically you can jump the line on the wait list to get them before the end of the week. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So instead of waiting, like 20 years for a cask from some of these ridiculous breweries, you can just get them.
Yeah.
So
Asking around, do people have a noticeable difference in those kegs?
like they each have a very distinct taste.
Okay, so it's
They-
not just an elitist kind of a thing. That
Correct.
They actually do make.
Yes,
It's worth it. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll
It's like it, and even if it's not necessarily worth it for the weight, it's unique enough to where it's like, it's not like wine that's similar. Like, oh, Merlot, this one's kind of a little different. Like, you can very distinctly taste the difference. And the one that has the ridiculously long wait line has just been around the longest. So there's also a elitist thing to it, but it also has a good taste and it's unique. All the breweries here are very unique.
I only wrote down the name of the distiller and the brewery. That
Of
I
the one
bought
that you
from.
like, yeah, the one you're working with. Fair enough. We'll
Yeah.
deal with that later then.
No,
Like, this is the one I'm coming back to because they worked with me.
Yeah, all the other ones, go fuck yourself.
You know what?
you can swagger in now. Hey, I gotta.
I think the distiller I told him I'd be exclusive with, but I don't know that I told the brewer I would.
Hmm.
I told
Well,
one of
hey,
them I'd be exclusive.
Just go
Either
back and
way.
watch last week's episode.
No.
No one watches.
I mean,
this
I
shit.
will to make sure.
Yeah.
That you didn't lie to someone. Yeah, I would recommend it, Zane. It's like just a small portion.
Wait, I don't know if it was last week or the week before.
It would have been last week because that was the week that you arrived in correct other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, thanks nobody for watching. Catch you later.
That Art not watched. Said he
No, that's
wanted
me.
to.